Well, speaking of children that are not fully biological.
Oh, okay.
I do have a Reddit story for us today that I just found. Are you ready to hear it?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Lay it on me.
All right. This is coming from the subreddit called Today I Fucked Up. And this is the title. The title is, this is a year old, by the way. It's not that old.
I could get to the story. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Today I fucked up by discovering my mom's father is not her biological father.
Oh.
Back in high school, about 2018 or 2019, I did an ancestry DNA test, and while searching through matches, I discovered a last name I hadn't heard on either side of the family before. Curry. Fake last name in case a family member comes across this. Thank you.
Okay.
Neither parent knew of any Currys in their family trees, but since I was pretty new to the genealogy game, I brushed it off. Over the past few months, I've gotten back into genealogy again and have done significant research on both sides of the family. Yet somehow, it was only a few days ago that I really realized there were no McMillan, my mother's maiden name, also fake for the purpose of this post, and any of my DNA matches. So I'm looking through all of my matches and their family trees a bit more thoroughly, and I realized that there are definitely no McMillans and that there are more than just one or two Currys. There are many. They're also all related to each other and a bunch of other people I couldn't quite place within my family tree. But here's the thing that should have set me and my mother off sooner. My maternal grandmother's old boss's last name was Curry.
Oh my God.
We just thought this was a cool coincidence
very cool.
Back in 2018, and we also didn't know which side of the family this Curry was from, so we didn't think much else of it. And so I'm looking through all these Currys, and immediately I remembered that my grandmother's old boss, a man with whom she worked with for decades at a little shop in town, was a Curry. A little bit of external research, and I'm able to figure out that he is also, in fact, related to the Currys that I'm related to, and all of the pieces fall into place. I've reached out to one of my Curry relatives and explained the situation. She's been very understanding and welcoming and has provided some additional info on my biological grandfather's family. My biological grandfather, the Curry, is dead. His only child, my mother's only sibling, whom she never even met, is dead too, and was adopted, so even if he was alive, a DNA test would be not possible. I was also able to reach out to some McMillans that I should have been related to and confirmed with them that they'd taken DNA tests and that we were not in fact related. So I'm fairly certain this is not some sort of grand mistake. I've told my siblings and they've been pretty understanding of the whole thing. It's just strange because so much of my mother's identity was wrapped up in being a McMillan, which rubbed off on us as kids. My oldest sister's middle name is McMillan. She did a Highland dance as a kid and wore the McMillan tartan. My brother wrote his university thesis on our grandfather's WW World War II regiment.
www.com.
WWII. Even though he's dead and died before I was born, he's still always been such a big part of our lives. And for what? Then there's my mom. My grandmother and grandfather, the man who raised my mom, are both dead. So it's not like there's any conversation to be had. She is an only child, so there's no one for her to talk to and process this with. She had a rocky relationship with her mother to begin with, so this certainly wouldn't help. But my mom idolized her dad.
Okay.
This would have been devastating to her, and so much of her identity was based around her identity as a McMillan, which she apparently never was. My siblings and I are torn about how to break this to her, or if she would even do it at all. Again, her parents are dead, her biological father is dead, and her only brother, who she doesn't even know about, died in 2017. She has a niece, apparently, who was also adopted, but would she even want to meet her? Should we keep this a secret from her and not ruin her perception of her father and her family as a whole? I know family is who you love, but heritage and culture mean a lot to her, and all of her relatives from her dad's side that she grew up with. For her to learn that they're not actually related to her would wreck her. But would she want to know the truth? TLDR, accidentally discovered that my mom's dad is not her biological dad. We know who her biological dad is, but should we tell her and ruin her whole identity?
No. Don't tell her. She's going to die.
Really?
Well, how old do we know how old her mom is?
I would assume if she was in high school around 2018, 2019, her mom's probably in her 50s or 60s.
Yeah, that's tough. I don't know if it's.
Would you want to know if Papa wasn't our dad?
I think I would want to know, but we talk about this, we joke about this because we look so similar, and we definitely look like both of our parents. Like you can see the resemblance on both sides. So we're like, we're definitely related. Like
That's true.
there's no questioning that. But that is a really weird predicament, and that is like a really weird time in your life to have your whole reality shattered.
Yeah.
As to who you are. And it's so unsatisfying that all these people are dead, because
no questions answered.
I would, if I found this out and both of our parents were dead and I didn't have any sibling to talk to, I'd be like, I'm not going to get any level of answers I would want. Like, I want to know what was going on with you and your boss. Like, what was this?
Well, obviously she had an affair with her boss.
I know, but I
feel like there's no other answer.
What was
to
going
that.
on? Y'all, they fucked.
Like, you can't get a DNA test, but it was obviously her boss. Come on, she worked with him for years.
Yeah, I know. It's just, you're not getting any level of, like, did the boss know that he had this kid? Like,
I don't know.
Did
Probably
they know
not.
the whole time? Did her own father know? Like, there's all these unknowns, and it's not.
Yeah,
you can't connect with any of the people that were directly a part of.
She could go see a medium.
I need to. It's gonna get messy in the afterlife.
There's the part of this that bothers me is that everyone knows except her. Like, I think if there was something that everyone, like all my kids knew, this whole new side of the family knows, these other McMillans know, and I'm the only one who doesn't know, and it's really only affecting me. Yeah. That would kind of like, I would be upset if I was like, wow, everyone kept this from me, because for curiosity purposes, like, I would kind of want to know that. And also, like, medical history is kind of a really important thing.
That's true, but the her real dad's dead. Like, yeah, I guess someone could relay the medical history to her that is in this McMillan family tree, but that's true. Yeah. It is good to know medical history, family history of certain illnesses, and it is tough to keep a secret from someone when they're the only ones that don't know something. I have a hard time keeping a secret. How do you feel about keeping secrets?
It depends. Like, I'm always gonna tell you because you're my sister.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty good at keeping secrets, you know, especially if it's coming from someone I really love. I'm not gonna like blast their shit everywhere. Like, I'm a very loyal person. This is crazy. What this one person said. Most people in the comments are saying, don't tell her.
Yeah.
But this one person said, I wouldn't say anything about it to the mom. Things were completely different many years ago. You mentioned a rocky relationship between mom and grandma. Could it be that the mom is a product of rape? It wouldn't be the first time that a presumably older and wealthy business owner felt some entitlement towards a younger female employee. Telling mom could be opening a Pandora's box. I'm like, that's really dark.
That is dark. But yeah, that's why I'm like, you're not going to get any answers as to what was this dynamic and who knew and who didn't know. Did the mom even know? Like, if she was having sex with her boss and her husband at the same time?
I don't know. OP responded to that comment. They said, my siblings and I have wondered what the circumstances regarding my mom's conception could be. And since everyone from that time is dead, we'll likely never know. You won't. You will never know. This has certainly crossed our minds and could explain a lot of the tension between my grandmother and my mom. And mum. Oh, I think they're
British.
They're a little British, or they're
Irish.
Or
Curry
and McMillan sound Irish as fuck.
Yeah. She said something about her brother wearing a tartan or something. I don't know what that is.
Yes, and her doing a Highland dance. They're Irish.
What is a tartan? Can we find that? Is it Irish or Scottish?
It's a Scottish pattern cloth featuring interlocking horizontal and vertical bands.
Okay.
Okay, it's like the typical, like the plaid. Okay. Just say it's plaid. Why are we...
All right.
Horizontal and vertical bands.
I mean, I guess I maybe would want to know the personality of this lady's mom. Like,
they're Scottish.
A little bit.
They're Scottish, so they're probably... I assume
they're probably... Like, I probably can't understand what they're saying.
I assume they're like pretty... keep it to the chest. Like, they don't talk about this stuff. So... that has really pissed me off that, like, you cannot ask anyone who was there what happened. Like, even her biological brother is dead. Like, he can't even tell her about her dad.
Yeah.
Like, what he was like. But so, she does have a niece.
Yeah, I guess there's maybe something to be said for this mom has lost all of her parents who she knew and didn't know, and this could be a way to connect with other family, but it's very complicated and weird.
Yeah.
But to the point you were making of that person was making about the relationship being tense, that might give this woman's mother insight as to why her relationship with her own mother was tense and complicated.
I'm usually of the mindset, like, the more you know, the better. And maybe it could help her with something. I don't know.
Sometimes the more you know, the worse things can be.
The top comment on this says, biologically, she isn't a McMillan, but she grew up as one. I don't see it any different as somebody being adopted. She is a McMillan. My 2 cents, she didn't look it up, so why break it to her family? And OP responded and said, this is my reasoning too. I can live with the secret for the rest of her life. For the rest of her life. An interesting thing to add, while talking to one of my new Curry cousins yesterday, she said her mother, whose uncle would be my biological grandfather, told her that apparently there was a rumor in their family that he had fathered a child with my grandmother. So I wonder how much my mother truly knows. She can play the ignorance card incredibly well and ignore whatever she wants to for as long as she wants to. Okay. I had actually bought her a DNA test to do herself years ago that she's never taken. I wonder if that's a bit of a blessing.
Okay. This gives me insight into the mom's personality, because I was saying, what is this mother's personality? Because if it were our mom, I think our mom would want to know.
Yes.
But if it's someone who is a little bit more rigid and likes to ignore really hard, difficult things, this is not a person that, if you're breaking this news to them, you need to have an intention as to why it is important for you to be revealing this family secret. Yeah. Like, what is my intention of letting my mom know that her whole reality is not?
That's so true. Especially if she's like, seems like she maybe doesn't want to know that kind of stuff.
What you should do is you should do that typical thing where you tell someone a story that is about your friend and be like, Mom, my friend found out that her grandpa, her dad was not her dad. Should her friend tell the, like,
yeah. Yeah. It's when her mom be like, that's so weird because actually my dad's not my real dad. Like, wait, you know?
Yeah.
This also is like, it's kind of funny. She's like, I'm talking to one of my new Curry cousins. I'm like, you're experiencing, like, talking to all of these people you're related to now. Like, you get to experience this, and like, your mom's not.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, maybe she would want to talk to some of them, especially if she's really into her heritage. Like, she's really into heritage and culture mean a lot to her.
Yeah. Would you want to know if your dad wasn't your dad? If our dad wasn't your dad? She's thinking about it.
Yeah, I think I would want to know, because I would, one, for medical history purposes, like, because I'm a anxious type of person, but also it doesn't, I mean, he's the guy who raised us.
Yeah, he is that guy.
Like, he will always be our dad.
That's true.
You know, I think that's the main point they're saying here. It's like, that is who I see as dad, like, regardless. But I would want to know.
I would want to know too.
But like, damn, what fucking shit happened in the 90s.
Yeah, for real. But it would shatter our reality.
Yes.
Cool.
But worse things have happened.
Yeah, I think those ancestry tests have caused a lot of stir in people's families and people realizing they're not related to who they thought they were related to. There's a lot of that with those ancestry tests.
That company has broken so many families.
That's true. I don't want to do a DNA test because that freaks me out.
Both of our parents already did one, so we kind of don't have to.
Yeah, that's true. Turns out we're white.
Super.
Shocker, but I feel like it is strange to give your DNA to some company.
Well, I just took a DNA test. Turns out I'm 100% that bitch.
Okay. I love that. Oops.
I know.
Messing with
Are we allowed to like her anymore?
I like her.
Okay.
I don't know. It's really hard.
It is. Like, some weird shit went down.
And I don't...
In Amsterdam.
Yeah. I don't know if we know the full story on either side, really. But, I feel like Lizzo's be repping Houston.
She do. But so does Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee Stallion is amazing. I love her.
Awesome.
I'm on Megan. For some reason, I opened TikTok yesterday and every video was Megan Thee Stallion. I was like, this is awesome. This is great.
Brian was asking me the other day, like, what my dream body would be to have, because I've been working out a lot, and I'm like, Megan Thee Stallion. He's like, what? No, I mean, like, something that you can achieve.
Something realistic for you.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I have to pick a white person. But I'm like, when I see her body, I'm like, bye.
Yeah, for real. She's a beautiful woman. But yeah, I'm on Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
TikTok. And I'll try to stay there as long as I can.
Yeah, it'll be forever. She's on Broadway now.
Yeah, I saw that. That was one of the videos I saw.
Yep. All right. So anything else you want to say before I introduce our guest?
No, do it.
Okay, guys, today we have an amazing guest who just joined us like less than an hour ago. I'm like, should we read their bios? We always ask them for a bio.
We do ask people for a bio and then we never do anything with it.
I'm going to kind of go over this a little bit. Okay. So our guest today is a comedian and podcaster who turned overthinking into a full-time job. On stage, he's relatable, quick, and just self-aware enough to make you laugh about things you normally stress about. And I also want to say this comic, I was telling him while he was here, but he was like one of the first people in the Houston comedy scene that like actually made me feel comfortable. Like, there's a lot of weird people around comedy just in general, and like he was always a great person to talk to about bits or anything, and I was like, okay, this is a safe person, man.
Yeah, it's hard to find a safe man.
It is, but he's really great. He also just became a dad himself, and we're really happy to have him on. So please give a big welcome to Adam Radliff.